Hi everyone, Miss Alessandra here with another Maker Monday for you. Today we are going to be building a paper marble roller coaster. So I hope you will join me, and I'm going to let you know what you're going to need in just a second. But I wanted to remind you that if you create something, we'd love to see what you make and feature it on one of our social media sites. So on our Facebook or Instagram or even on our website. So if you do make this, please send us a picture of it to westonlibrary@westonct.gov, or you can send it to me at apetrino@westonct.gov, and we will post it for others to see. So if you're ready, we are going to get started with our paper marble roller coaster. All right, so what you are going to need to do the paper marble roller coaster is just a simple set of things that you probably have around your house. First, we are going to need some paper. I chose some neon cardstock. I felt that doing different colors is really great for this project, so if you have multiple colors, I would suggest that, but if you only have one color, it could work just as well. All right, so cardstock or construction paper. You're going to need a ruler that has inch increments on it, tape, scissors, and some type of cardboard to be your base, your platform, okay? And then just a regular pencil or a pen or a marker, anything to write with. And that's all you need for this project. So if you're ready, we're going to get started. For our paper marble roller coaster, we are going to be cutting out different sheets of paper to use for different parts of the roller coaster. You can choose which parts that you like the best to put together your roller coaster at the end, but I'm going to show you how to do each part. So we're going to start with doing a straight line for your roller coaster. And you're going to take a piece of paper and your ruler. Okay? Now, you're going to cut out a 3-inch piece, the whole length of that paper. Okay, so it's an 8.5 by 11 sheet. You're going to do 8.5 by 3 inches. I have already cut out my 3-inch piece. This is what it will look like. I'm then going to mark each inch. 1, 2, 3. Okay, put a line through, and that's where I'm going to be bending the straight part of my roller coaster. All right, so what's going to make this really easy is that each piece is going to start with doing this. You're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4 of these, which will be 8.5 by 3 inches. You're also going to draw those 1-inch increments, straight lines through on all of them. So you can go ahead and do that. Again, it's 4 of those, just like that. And then we will change how they're folded. But you do need that same size for each of those. So this is my straight piece. The next one is going to be for hills and loops. So the first one is a hill. Again, it's a 8.5 by 3-inch piece. I've folded it. What else I'm going to have to do now is go in, and there's 3 3-inch intervals here. For the top and the bottom one, I have gone in and marked each inch. Okay, each inch is marked through the whole thing on both sides. So that's those little tick marks I have right here. That's going to be where we are cutting for our hills and our loops. This one is going to be a hill. That's where I'm going to be cutting. So make 2 of these with these inch increments on the top and the bottom. Leave the middle blank. 2 of them. That's going to be hills and loops. So I'm going to put a little marker so I know what I'm doing here. Hills, and then I have one made. That will be loops. All right. So that's 3 of the 4 pieces. The next one, you're going to do that same thing, 8.5 by 3. So 1, 2, 3. This is an 8.5 or 8-inch sheet. I think my cardstock is actually 8 inches. So you might end up with a 1/2 inch at the end if you are using 8.5 by 11 paper. So you want 8-inch by 3-inch. Gonna do that same thing again. Do the 3-inch intervals here. 1, 2, 3. And then on one side, either the top or the bottom, you're going to do inch intervals the whole length. Okay? Inch intervals the whole length. This one is going to be folded a little bit differently, so we'll show you that in the end. So just mark those, and those are your 4 pieces that are 3-inch by 8. The next one is a little bit different. It's a 2.5 inch by 8. So this is 2.5 inch. Again, get that ruler out. This is 2.5 inches. Okay? Once you've done that part, you're going to mark every 1/2 inch. There should be 5 1/2 inches and 2.5 inches. So mark all of those on here, each 1/2 inch, 5 of them. Do the full line across. And then on one end of your paper, you're going to mark the inch point from the outside in, 1 inch in. See, that is my mark. And you're going to make 2 of these, 2 of them. These are going to be your supports. I've already made one. It ends up looking something like that. Okay, so 2 of them. All right, so we're going to start with our straight slope, which is easy because all you do is bend in the outside. Okay, bend those 2 in. That's it. That's your straight piece. You can put that aside. The next one we're going to do is a hill. Now, you've done your 3.5 by 8-inch piece. You've marked both the top and the bottom, 1-inch intervals, the whole length through. And now what we're going to be doing is we are going to be cutting those intervals. So that inch is as far as you are going to cut in. So you're going to cut those inch marks the whole way through, okay? So that's what I'm going to do now. Just to that 1 inch. Whole length. Both sides, the top and the bottom. Again, this is going to be a hill. So I've done the bottom, I'm going to flip it. Again, cutting all of those 1-inch markings just to get to our middle. All right, so you're gonna do that to your hill and also your loop. The same one that you made that looked just like this, that is the loop one. You are going to also cut that. Once you cut that, we'll come back and we will talk about doing a curve. At this point, you should have made your straight part of your roller coaster, and you should have cut your hill inch increments and your loop inch increments. Okay, we're going to go back to that hill, and what we're going to do is bend. See how it bends now? Bend it to the point that you want the hill, okay? And once you know that, see, this is going to be my hill. I'm going to start taping to put it into that position. So I'm going to tape these little flaps that we folded so that that hill can be created. Okay, some of them are going to be farther apart than others. We do want them to bend upward. Okay, so these guys are going to be quite close, like that. All right, and as I go down, the way they bend, some are closer than others. So make sure you're taping where it has to bend to make whatever slope or hill you want. So I have taped up my hill the way I want it to slope. Okay. See the sides? And that's going to be my hill. I'm going to put that aside with my straight line, and we're going to work on our loop. So loops are interesting because we can fold inward. And what you're going to do is you're going to figure out the type of loop you want. You know, if you just want one small round loop like that, or you can make it a little bit tighter. And again, you're going to be folding those 1 inch increments in and taping to make that shape. So to make that structure, you're going to be taping these as close as they need to be to make the loop. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start taping here, here, there, and again on the other side. I've taped up my loop. As you can see, I have an in area where it's going to loop in from the hill, and then an out area where it will come out. Okay, so it is looped, it is taped. You do want that hill to be pretty steep so that that marble can get some momentum to get through the loop if that's where you're going to put it. So we are moving on to curves now. So you should have one more piece that is a 3 inch by 8 inch across. It's divided into threes. You've made notches on there. We're actually going to be cutting these from the bottom in 2 inches. So go from the bottom 2 inches in, so you're cutting the bottom lip and the middle lip. Okay, that's how we're going to be doing the curve, from the bottom and the middle. You're going to be cutting slits. So they're 2 inch slits rather than 1 inch slits like we've been doing. Do that the whole way across. This is going to be for any curve pieces that you want to do. Then you're going to fold the straight piece down. Okay, so that it's folded a little bit. And your curve is going to curve inward. You're going to go ahead and tape it so it stays in the curve position inward that you would like to do. Okay, so go on and tape your curve. So if you've taped your curve now, it should look something like this. It should lay flat, the curve will go inwards, and you should have a wall on either side, so that marble will go through this way. All right, and that is for a curved piece. Put that aside with the rest. And we are at the last piece. I have made one. These are, there's gonna be 2 of these, and these are for holding up our hill, okay? So we're gonna make 2 of these. I made one. You should have 2 papers that you cut out that were 2.5 inches by the 8-inch length, okay? You're going to mark every inch, so there's every 1/2 inch, so there should be 5 markings, 5 lines. Draw that all the way across, and then you are going to fold at those creases so that it's easy to fold later. So fold at those creases every 1/2 inch, okay? Make it easy to fold later. All right. And then before we tape, what we're gonna do is choose a bottom and go 1 inch in from the bottom, like we've been doing those little increments on the others, 1 inch in from the bottom, lengthwise, okay? And you're going to cut that inch on each of those 5 lines. So you should have 5 flappies from the bottom. You can point them up, okay? So now we are going to fold to make a square. One of these flaps is going to overlap on another flap, like so. All right? Make a square. And one side will overlap with the other side, so you have 4 sides. We have 5 lines, 4 sides, okay? And then you're going to tape that to keep that structure, that square pillar-like structure. Again, those little 1 inches that we cut on the bottom, you're going to point upward or outward. I guess it would be outward. Yeah, like so. When we put these on the platform, they are just gonna stick right down. And we're gonna tape them down like that with those little flaps, okay? So make sure that is all taped up, and you should have 2 of these pillars. All right, so now you have all your pieces, and we are going to put our paper marble roller coaster together. All right, you should have all 6 of your pieces. You should have 2 pillars, 1 curve, 1 hill, 1 loop, and 1 straight piece, if you followed along with this. If you did other pieces, then you will put your roller coaster together the way that you choose to. But if you're following along, we are going to use these 6 pieces and our tape. Get out that cardboard platform we're going to use to tape everything down. First thing is we are going to put one of our pillars taped to the very side edge of the platform. Okay, so tape that one down. next is you are going to basically overlap with your second pillar. So the way I'm overlapping is that piece, that inch frill that we made, I'm going to put one of the inch frills right, can you see that? Right over that. Okay, so there's about an inch between the two of them. That's how it will show, an inch between the two. And I'm going to take that down. You want these to be very well taped down because this is what's going to hold up your hill. Okay, so there you go. You have your two pillars. You're going to get your hill out. The top of the hill is going to be connecting here. All right, so what we're going to do is attach your hill to these pillars. I'm going to tape the sides, one here, around that pillar so that the hill slopes the way I want it to. So, like that. Inside the hill piece and to the outside of the pillar. And this one inside the hill piece to the outside of the pillar. Just going to tape both sides here. Outside of the hill, outside of the pillar, outside of the hill, and outside of the pillar. Okay, so I'm going to put that close to you so you see how I have attached it. Alright, so it should slope down there. Alright, the next piece that I'm going to use is going to be my loop. This one's probably going to be the hardest to attach. So I need to attach my loop to my hill. Oops, let's see if I can hold it up this way so you can see. So that's my entrance point. I'm going to put inside my hill and tape that together. Now, my loop bottom is going to get attached to the platform. You may have to bend your loop a little bit here, and you may also have to tape the back of the loop a little bit onto the platform. Okay, so do a piece of double-sided tape so that it stays down, looped a little bit. Okay, make sure your walls are up so that the marble isn't stopped by the walls when you do set it to go. I'm going to just do another double-sided tape underneath where my hill and my loop meet. Okay, what's up? Can you see that? My loop? Okay. next part I'm going to attach is my curve. So my curve is going to go that way, just like we attached the loop. I'm going to put part of my curve inside of the edge of the loop that I'm attaching it to. So I'm going to tape it in there. Okay. Again, I'm going to do a little piece of double-sided tape underneath here. Make sure that it sticks to the platform. And over here as well. Okay. As high as I need it to be. There we go. And one more piece of tape. There. So I've attached my curve to my loop. Put it inside the edge of the loop, attached and taped the sides. Double-sided tape on the bottom to the platform. The only piece that I have left is my straight line, which is going to go to the edge of my platform. Again, I'm putting the straight line inside of my last piece, which was the curve, so that it is a continuous roller coaster. There's no stop point for our marble. Okay, so inside my curve, I've taped it on the edges. I'm gonna put a piece of tape, double-sided, underneath here so that it sticks to the platform. Okay, my marble should, let me just fold my hill a little bit. All right, so my marble should start up here where the pillars are, go down the hill into my loop, loop around, come out into the curve, and then shoot out through the straight line. Okay, again, start at my pillars, go down my hill into my loop, loop around, come out of the loop, around my curve, and straight out my straight line. We are about to test the paper marble roller coaster. Here's my marble, I'm ready. I'm going to drop it down over here and hopefully it will make it through and come out where my hand is. Here we go. Almost. It made it over here. Let's try one more time. There we go, all the way through. From here, let's see if you can see it. Stopping. There it is. So you may have to tweak it a little bit to make sure that it goes down each time, but that is your paper marble roller coaster. Hopefully you have fun with it, and send us a picture to westonlibrary@westonct.gov. Thanks for watching. This was another Maker Monday, and I'll see you next time.